and welcome to Hope Canada Inclusive and Resilient Live Music and Arts Series. This is your hostess with the mostest, Miss Candice K.A.S.H, and today we have Dr. K.A.S.H in the building. Dr. K.A.S.H, welcome.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you so much for coming in and just being a part of this new platform with Moksha. Um, First and foremost, I'd like to know where you're from.
Born and raised in the GTA.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. So, how did you start your musical journey? When did you start it?
As a young child, I used to jam on tennis rackets with my brothers
Nice.
to rock and roll songs of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Motley Crue, Kiss, Queen.
Queen.
Yeah.
And so, those were your inspiration growing up. Is that the type of music that you do now?
I play a whole bunch of different styles of
Genres?
music.
Okay.
Um,
But what is your choice that you would say, this is Dr. K.A.S.H, right? If you were to put yourself in, you know how they like to put us in a box. Yes, you can do
yeah.
multiple things, right? And even though you do everything well, they always want to put you in that box. So, which box would you put yourself if you
Jazz.
had to pick a box, right?
If I had to pick a box, I'd pick four boxes, and
Okay.
they would each be labeled jazz, funk, soul, and R&B.
Okay, I love all four of those boxes. So, my question to you is, do you write your own music?
Yes.
So, what's the inspiration in your writing? What do you have a message that you want to give, or is it just life experiences? What it do you draw from to give your music, your lyrics, for you to bring bring your, I guess, how can I say it? I want to say it in a way that, um, so what is that you draw from when you're writing? Where do you draw from when you're writing your music to present to the world? What type of topics or um, you know song choices do you make when writing your lyrics?
Sometimes there's like a random phrase that enters my head and
Okay,
it just works with the melody
and you just
kind of
flow
thing.
off of it.
Yeah, I mean, you only like people write about what they know, and I write and draw inspiration from my experiences, be they, the world at large or personal experiences or what have you.
Okay, okay. So what are we? How do we reach you? Because I want people to know how to get at Dr. K.A.S.H, because um, I'm looking forward to his performance, but I want people to know how to reach him because a lot of people do a lot of things and you want to connect, but you don't know how. So we want people to know how to reach you, to do collaborations, or even to just do a song, or, just to reach out to book you.
Yeah. You can email connect at sounddecisions.ca.
Connect at,
Sounddecisions.ca
okay,
is the primary
contact.
communication, yeah, form of communication. As far as social media, on Twitter, SoundCloud, Telegram, and others, it's T1AO Dr. Keys,
Like Tau.
like
T1AO.
T1AO,
Okay,
like
T1AO.
a friend of mine from many years ago named Jash had, excuse me, friend of mine named Jash from many years ago who plays in Lemon Bucket Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to call me T1AO one day,
What does it mean?
the one and only.
I like that.
Yeah.
I listen. I'm an acronym girl because CASH stands for Calling All Soldiers Home. So I love acronyms. I love the play of words. I like that. The one and only
Yeah.
T1AO, Dr. Keys.
Yeah. And on Instagram, if anybody is so inclined, it's EGBDRMF. Let me explain that.
Please.
So, like the notes on the staff in the treble clef are EGBDF. Every good boy deserves fudge. That's the it's a good way to
More
remember the
acronyms. Every
lines.
good boy deserves fudge. I
Yeah.
love it.
And the D in this case would stand for doctor, and the M would stand for Matthew.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that your real name?
Yeah.
Okay, now we know. We're getting into it now. Matthew, otherwise known as Dr. K.A.S.H. Dr. K.A.S.H, let me ask, what do you have coming up? Do you have any upcoming projects that we should be looking out for? Because we're ready to support you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been really, really busy in the studio over the past little while,
That's a good thing.
working on an LP called In Suspenders.
In suspenders, I
Yeah,
like.
yeah. It's yeah. Just like the past week, I've been doing a lot of mixing and mastering for it.
You mix and master yourself?
Yeah, I've
So wait, you're not
developed a
only a singer,
skill.
you're a songwriter, you play the keyboard, and you're a producer, and you mix and master. So
Yeah.
you're like the one and only. The one and only Dr. Kesey does it all, people. So contact him on social media. What was the email contact?
Connect at sounddecisions.ca.
Connect at sounddecisions.ca. And he's about to drop his LP, not an EP, an LP. How many tracks is on it?
There's 9.
9 tracks on the LP. It's coming out next month.
Yes, April 15th is the release date.
Mark your calendars. April 15th in suspenders.
Yeah.
In suspenders, Dr. K.A.S.H. Cop it. Spotify, you don't know. All social media, all music platforms, you can find Dr. K.A.S.H. in suspenders, April 15th. Mark it on your calendar. So I'm excited to see you perform. Would you give us more insight on the type of music that you'll be performing for us today?
I've released a couple of albums over the past year
How
or
many
so.
albums?
Well, I released an LP called Hot Takes early 2021,
Look out for hot takes, people, from Dr. Keys.
and I also released an EP, acoustic EP called Dr. Keys Saves the City.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a little mellow. I was inspired by when the weather starts to get warmer, people tend to go outside a little bit more, and what with the current social landscape
Mm-hmm.
that's been going on, that's been getting in everybody's head,
Yes.
I felt inspired to write a couple of new songs and send a message. You know, I'm big on having substance in the content of one's music.
So my question to you is, what is your message to the world? Because like you said, you want to send a message. You want to create music with substance. You want to feed the soul. So what is the message that you want to tell people, especially with this new album where you're working on now? What would you say is the all-around message that you would like someone to take away when they purchase your new album?
I think the I think the message through and through in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the music that not only inspires me, but the music that I write is truth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's primarily it.
So your message would be truth.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is bringing the truth to the table on the album.
At least I'm trying to.
Your truth.
Whether
At least your truth,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
right? At least
That's
your
true.
truth. You're
Yeah.
bringing your truth to the table. You're letting people get to know you better. So the new album, April 15th, in suspenders, Dr. Keys. Don't forget to cop it. Mark your calendars. Let's get ready to support him, right? So besides the new album, are you playing in? Because I know you do band, right? You also play with bands. Are you still playing with bands?
Oh, right now I'm focusing on studio work.
Okay.
It's been pretty tough
With
to
the.
get gigs,
Mm-hmm.
just because a lot of venues tend to turn people away
Mm-hmm.
at the door, even though they're booked to play. It one such incident was actually this actually happened to me twice. I was given a call from a dear friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
to kind of do a pickup gig. He was like, "Yo, bring your keyboard. We'll just jam on some blues for like 4 hours."
Nice.
And I showed up. I dressed up as the dude
Mm-hmm.
from the movie The Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Yeah, just like throw on my house coat and sunglasses and stuff. And oh well, the beard wasn't as thick because it was Halloween. Like
Halloween.
it's
Okay.
was it like 5 months ago or something. Um, so I'm ready. Totally stoked to be there. And so was my friend. He was like, "All right, man, looking forward to jamming for like 4 hours." And then the server was like, "Can I see your information?" And I was like,
Okay.
"What information are you talking about?" And then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I don't have any
I didn't
information."
know I needed
Yeah,
information. You
exactly. Yeah,
booked me to
because
play.
contractors, right?
Right.
The thing that the businesses don't know is that contractors need not provide any of this
Information.
information, which is yeah. I mean it should be like voluntary anyways,
It should be,
in
but
terms of like
they decided to change that up, right?
yeah,
And made it mandatory, and everyone jumped on it. Um, but
yeah,
I'm glad that you were able to talk about that because it has, how can I say it, leveled the landscape in regards to performing, showcasing, and being able to just be in that element of music. Because when you're a creator, you need to showcase, you need to show your creativity, and not having the platform or the gigs, it messes with your mind because you need to create and you need to showcase. I can say that as an artist myself, that in the pandemic, it was really hard for me. I actually kind of went through a little depression because I felt like, oh my God, I can't sing, I
hmm
can't go nowhere.
yeah. When you don't use it, you lose it,
Yes,
kind of thing. Yeah,
yes. And so I'm like, how can I, one, stay relevant, two, continue to use the tools given to me? And, what you said is so true. Sometimes you come into a gig, and then when they ask you all this question, it also brings down you know, your drive,
yeah, no doubt,
right?
no
So,
doubt.
so I like that you touched on that because a lot of people don't touch on those type of issues in regards to what we went through. But Moksha brought Hope Canada to us. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to play music for all of y'all watching.
Listen, I thankful to Moksha, shout out because sending love to you guys always. Um, Thankful for that space and place that we can meet. I can get to know you better. People can get to know you better, and then you also get to showcase your talents to the world. And I think that we need more of this because there are so many talented artists in Toronto alone, much less Canada. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So shout out again to Moksha. Thank you for providing Hope Canada. And we do hope it continues going further so that we can get Keys come back next month, April, when he drops his his LP in suspenders and do it for us again, right? Because we want to show how our artists are moving forward and growing and doing what they say they're going to do, right? Um, Keys, another thing I wanted to know in regards to music, because what's your most memorable moment in your journey of music
Hmm.
that you can look back and be like, boy, my favorite memory, or I remember this, or I what's your I want the good and I want the bad. Like you gave me one that was bad, right? That was kind of like, oh my
That
goodness.
was,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, that
you're being
wasn't,
interrogated when you're just coming to play music and have a good vibe, right?
I mean, it certainly wasn't the worst one.
Okay.
But if you want, I mean, I could,
Of course, because
we could go all, we could go
listen,
all day with bad
people sometimes
experiences.
thinks it's like a bed of roses and the journey is always on a high. It's not always on a high, right? We go through
Yeah,
our hills and our valleys in this journey.
yeah. I think 2021 was just a general synthesis of good and bad experiences. Um, I'd say, you know, I don't, as you know, I don't get to perform live
As
as
before.
often.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, I was playing, I was very busy with a band called Felix's Belt,
Felix
and
is spelled. Pick up yourself.
yeah, Felix's Belt is done now.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean, they were there and they were doing their stuff. So picking up the players because they brought you to where you are now. At the end of the day, you had that experience, and that made you decide to do you, right?
yes, we were actually the main reason for my decision to record this next record
Mm-hmm.
was we were we had recorded a full LP with with a producer and everything, and we'd worked really hard, and we were gigging actually quite a
Often.
bit, and we were basically positioning ourselves to become even busier on the in the scene, Toronto live,
Yes.
playing all night kind of thing. Um, and then the pandemic hit,
Mm.
and we like basically there was no conceivable way people wanted to get together and practice.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a little it was upsetting, and it took so long because I was trying to get all of us in the same room, no
And that
less.
alone
Yeah,
was hard.
exactly. Like just in the same room. It's just kind of like really difficult, extremely difficult. And Hot Takes was kind of born from this waiting around, and then I decided because I hadn't really heard from our producers, and I was trying to like I wanted to get this album done like once and for all.
Like you said, you put time into it.
Yeah, we put so much time into it, and then just to have it like sitting on the shelf for like I don't know what 2 years. Um, so basically, I took it upon myself to make my own versions of these tunes that I had written for the band,
Mm-hmm.
and then we reached a compromise with the band with the guys from Felix's Belt, where we'd finish the record and then put it out, and then I'd put out In Suspenders or whatever I was gonna call it, because belt suspenders. Anyways, it's either you wear a belt or you
Or
wear suspenders. So I
suspenders.
decided to wear suspenders today. Uh, so yeah, so what had ended up happening was I actually finally got in touch with the production team,
Okay.
and we were all supposed to play a gig at the Dakota Tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went to the Dakota Tavern. I grabbed my bass, and I was like, I'm ready to just play. Like, it's cool to play the Dakota Tavern. I mean,
It
it's
is.
seemingly awesome venue.
Yes.
So I roll up to the Dakota with my bass, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm here to play. And they're
Okay.
like, we got to see your information.
Oh, another one of those.
Yeah, the Dakota Tavern.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And
So yeah, so I ended up drawing the ire of the rest of the band, who thought I was a bad person for
because you didn't want
yeah
to give
yeah,
information that they don't need.
exactly. So
Exactly.
that's on them ultimately, but I made something good out of it.
Good.
It was inspiring because of the experiences that I've had over the past couple of years,
Yes.
and it's yeah, you just like you can't you like you either like just go bury yourself in the sand and not come out for however long a period of time, or you just like move on and like make good things out
And
of.
become adaptable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
So I'm glad you adapted. I'm glad you decided to put your time into recreating what you knew was going to be shelved or sitting there.
yeah, I
Moving
mean, there's
forward is not an easy thing.
not
So I
at
want to
all.
commend you to move forward because sometimes we wait in vain. So I'm glad that you didn't decide to wait in vain, hoping. You decided to take it upon yourself, invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and do it yourself. I just want to commend you for that,
Cheers.
because a lot of people would have made that stop them. A lot of people would have used that as a roadblock. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And you didn't. You overcame,
yeah. Just
and
got to keep on moving.
you believed I can do this, and I'm excited to hear your album when it comes out April 15th.
Yeah,
Because to hear the story of what inspired you to create this album makes me want to hear what type of lyrics you're telling the people
yeah,
because you're telling people your truth.
yeah. Well, in Suspenders, the like the collection of songs is it's older material,
Mm-hmm.
um, and but some of the selections were born from some adversity that I'd faced on a personal level,
Level, okay.
and yeah, like a song called "Turning It Up," which is already out.
Okay.
You can find that on YouTube, and
Spotify?
yes, you can definitely find that on
Spotify, turn it
Spotify.
up. I think that's one is a good one. Turning it up.
And yeah, I mean, it was like I was, there's a lot of things that people go through in their lives, and just like all these obstacles, as you alluded to, and the whole thing is just moving, and just just being inspired by the stuff, and turning it up was like we got conflict, right? And like what's the best way to find a solution? We just gotta
Turn it up
keep on turning it up.
and keep on doing it. Keep on moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like the message. So people, check out Turning It Up, YouTube, Dr. Keys, Spotify, all music media platforms. Dr. Keys Turning It Up. Check it out. You want to give them a little piece of Turning It Up? Let them hear your voice on Turning It Up.
like right now.
Just a little something, a little thing.
Can I do it 2 octaves lower?
You can, of course.
All right, here we go. Everybody keep on turning it up.
Turning it up.
Everybody keep on turning it up.
Turning it up. Oh man. Okay, people. So hopefully he'll do that one today, and you get to see it, so you can go buy it. You can go support it, right? Um, as we keep moving, because I like the vibe. I love your positive. You give me a positive aura, and I like that. Um, and I like that you pushed through. You persevered. That is inspiring to me, because I know what I went through during the pandemic, and like you said, even trying to put a band together or bringing people together is not an easy thing. And so I know the disappointment. And what I like is that you still came. You came here today. You're giving us your time. You're letting the people know how to reach you. And I can't wait for you to perform for us. Are you
Yeah.
ready?
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So I also heard you say you played a bass. So I saw you came with a keyboard. You played a bass too?
Yeah, bass is my second instrument.
Do you have a third?
Probably guitar
Okay. Keyboards,
or tuba.
bass, guitar, which would be acoustic guitar, and a tuba. So people, multi-talented. Okay? Multi-talented. So he's not only a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, mix master, and he's a player of instruments. Not instrument, instruments. So he's well versed, and I want you guys to support Dr. K.A.S.H. Dr. K.A.S.H, thank you so much for coming on to our platform today.
Yeah.
I really look forward to your performance, and I can't wait. You ready for them?
I think so.
All right, so we're going to take a break, and we're going to have Dr. K.A.S.H put on a performance. But before we do that, I want to invite any artists in the Toronto area, whether it is that you live in Toronto or you're going to be in Toronto, please get involved. Go to Moksha Canada Foundation, Moksha Canada Foundation, um, mokshacanada.com, and you can get involved. Go to the Get Involved tab, fill out the performer form. Please select Ms. Kandice K.A.S.H as your hostess with the mostest. And we can have you here each and every Friday at 6 p.m., YouTube, Facebook. And we just want to give you a place that you can come in, showcase yourself, and let the people know who you are. All right? One perfect love. Dr. K.A.S.H, let's go.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Dr. K.A.S.H, and special thanks to Hope Canada, Moksha Canada Foundation, and Ms. Kandice K.A.S.H for graciously hosting. I'm going to play a few tunes from a few albums that I've been making over the past year or so. This is a song called Take It Back from the album Hot Takes. You can find my stuff on Bandcamp and Spotify and SoundCloud. Just search T1AO Dr. Keys in the search field, and you'll find my things. All this doom and all this gloom, whatever we need, we don't get it. Wasting time with nothing good. Pretty soon we might regret it. Come together, now we got to take it back, yeah. Come together, now we got to take it back, yeah. Stay apart, what we're told to do. You wanna be free, forget it. Got to find all that's true. A truth will overcome if we let it come together. Now we got to take it back, yeah. Come together. Now we got to take it back, take it back. Take it back, got to take it back. Come on. Take it back, got to take it back. Take it back, got to take it back. Take it back, got to take it back. We got to come together. Now we got to take it back, to take it back. I'll tell you now. Come together. Now we got to take it back. We got to take it back. Come on. Come together. Now we got to take it back. I got to take it back. I'll tell you. Come together. Now we got to take it back. Got to take it back. Yeah. Well, here's a number that I released in the summer of 2021, inspired by some outdoor activities, uh, peaceful protests, and the like. I released an EP called Dr. Keys Saves the City, that's consisting of acoustic instruments and very sparse percussion, and decided to play this one on the keyboard for this particular event. It's called Do You Think You Might Be a Super Spreader? Looks like I found myself some change. Well, ain't that strange? I got a jam to share with y'all. Let's mix it up with some bread and some peanut butter. You decide to have some extra jam, a liberal ham. Well, I decline. Mine tastes just fine, but you think I might be a super spreader. Looks like we just found a bunch of change. Well, ain't that strange? It just rained somewhere in space. Let's count it up and we don't have to think about it. I am free to put it somewhere safe. But just in case, would you stay home and spend it all? 'Cause you think you might be a super spreader. Do you think you might be a super spreader? I am free to live my life my way every day, but you seem to disagree. Do you think I might be a super spreader? Do you think I might be a super spreader? Yeah. Do you think you might be a super spreader? Do you think you might be a super spreader? Do you think you might be a super spreader? Do you think you might be a super spreader? This next tune is single. It was released on March 11th in advance of the album In Suspenders to be released on April 15th, 2022. It's a collection of music I've written over the years with a band I played in called Felix's Belt. Did some updated versions in the absence of horns and drums. And I'm going to play this number called Turning It Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you want peace? Do you want war? Don't know what the hell we're fighting for. Not much time to compromise. One thing I realize, all this work, it ain't about you. It's what I'm supposed to do. I gotta keep on turning it up. Gotta keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on, yeah, turning it up. Do you want fair? Do you want poor? Always gotta strive for something more. Nothing I can say to change your mind. Gonna take some earth to find. Gotta do the work, see it on through. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. You gotta keep on turning it up. Gotta keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on, yeah, turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on, yeah, turning it up. Do you want out or do you want in? Before this stops, honey, let's begin. Letting the good, positive vibes is what the universe prescribes. Look within, do without any sense of fear and doubt. We gotta keep on turning it up, gotta keep on turning it up. I said we gotta keep on turning it up, gotta keep on turning it up. Everybody keep on turning it up, gotta keep on turning it up. Thank you.